What's up guys, my name is Marian and welcome to a slightly less edited video. This video is not going to be like anything too special, or it's not going to have too many effects or whatever. This is just a video that I felt like doing because I want to get something off of my chest, and the main reason why you don't really see me upload that often. So to start off from the beginning, with every YouTube video that I intend to post on this YouTube channel, I intend to usually bring to the person who's watching, including myself, something that they enjoy to watch, no matter if they watch 1 minute of it or even the full video. But however, in my last two uploads, I've noticed that has kind of changed, and I am not really portraying the same persona that I used to portray 2 years ago. Meaning that back 2 years ago, that's who I actually used to be. Happy, I used to enjoy what I was doing, but now this has kind of changed and I'm just trying to force this happy persona out when that's not what I am actually at the moment inside. Now obviously what I mean by this is that in my last two videos, my state of mind is not the same as it used to be 2 years ago. Meaning that my state of mind has deteriorated within the past year due to the environmental changes that have happened in my personal life. Now obviously this whole journey of mine started happening around last year, end of August, start of September, where my mom started to go out with this guy that we knew from our workplace. And later on, a month later, we moved over to this location where we all got along for about a month or so. And you might wonder why it's only a month or so. Well, it's because in November we got into this big argument, all three of us, where the main point was, or coming from him, was that I was being too rude, and I was trying to obviously fight that off because I wasn't being rude to anyone. I was just acting as myself. I wasn't like being an asshole to anyone. I was just acting the way I would normally act. And then obviously as the argument kept on going on, he started to care less about us. We got to a point where this man did a line of cocaine at midnight and he just started shouting. He started like putting on a Bluetooth speaker really loudly to the point where he would annoy us a lot, and he wouldn't really care. And when he also did that line of cocaine, he has this thing of where he punches stuff. Like he would just punch over a desk really loudly, and this kept on going until about like 2 o'clock in the morning. And bear in mind I had to go to college next day. This kept on going until when he just got out of the house and just left and didn't come back until the morning after. And then he returned and just the same thing kept happening. Like he would have music really loudly to the point to just annoy us. And then afterwards he left for 2 weeks, and then later on he returned back, where he would beg us to welcome him back because he didn't feel welcome to the place where he left to go to. And then we obviously put him like terms and conditions of what he should live under. He only respected those terms and conditions for about a week. And then it got to the summer where he kind of started to shit talk us, where he would particularly start shit talking me. He would pretend like he's a different person when he spoke to me. Like he would smile, he would make jokes, and then he would talk shit about me behind my back, which is, I don't find that quite acceptable. I'm pretty sure no one does. But he would call me a piece of shit. He would call me other different like slurs, which I don't find particularly fine coming from someone who you're living with, where from someone who is meant to support you in some way, shape or form, not just through money, so mentally and other ways. And that's how my state of mind kind of started to go down, because I was just kept on being called a piece of shit. He wouldn't say it like to me personally in face. He'd tell it to my mom, and then my mom would tell me that's what he called me. And what hurt the most was that this man never really said those words to my face. He'd always say it to someone like my mom. And also, whenever they would argue, like he would always find a small point to bring me up into the argument, even if the argument had nothing to do with me. It was just between them two. That's what made me develop thoughts of depression, thoughts of suicide, because he was just being straight up rude. And whenever he would say these bad words, like I would take them personally, like I'm being hurt, like I must be doing something wrong. And like if he was to offend me, I'd never hear him say sorry back. But if I was to offend him, the moment I said the word, the moment after, I would always have to say sorry back, even if he never apologized for whatever he said before that offended me. Now obviously being called pretty much the worst person in the world kind of made me feel demotivated from just doing anything at all, not just YouTube videos, but anything something just to do with college, to do with the place that I worked at, and that's why I kind of stopped. Now, obviously the situation now is somewhat slightly trying to improve, it's somewhat improving, but at a very slow pace since he's still here. He isn't particularly changing either, and due to the support that my friends are giving me, that's why the situation is improving. Now, obviously, I don't really know how to end off videos like these, so I guess I'll just see you in the next video where I will feel better. Bye.